Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hi, welcome back. This week I'm gonna be doing a little tour of all my tattoos. So no one really asked for this video to be made, but I do get a lot of questions on my tattoos and where I got them and why. So I thought I'd just cover all that for you in a video. All my tattoos are done by the same person. Her name is Stella and she operates out of 9 Mac Tattoo. That's in Pilsen, out of Lacuna Lofts, and that's on the west side of Chicago. So I'll link all of her information down below if you're interested in working with her. She's super professional. I've never had any issues with my tattoos, and fun fact, we've been friends since kindergarten. We used to like go over to each other's houses. I had like a little kiddie pool in my backyard that we would play in the summertime. So yeah, she's kind of an OG friend for sure, and she's definitely one of my favorite people. So hi Stella, if you're watching this. Okay, so I think we could start from the top. The very first tattoos I got was on my 29th birthday, 2 years ago in 2018. And I decided to get tattoos because I really wanted them for a long time. And I thought about it for a long time and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. So I made an appointment with Stella and the very first tattoo I got was this one right here, and it's this Roman numeral 5. And actually this was supposed to be a sibling tattoo. So my birthday's in May, my brother's in June, and my sister is in July, and they were supposed to get their tattoos 6 and 7, 5, 6, 7, but they never did. Until this day they don't have their sibling tattoos. So as of now, this is like nothing. But my friend Isa, I noticed, had a Roman numeral 5 tattoo behind her ear, and I asked her what the meaning of hers was, and she said it's a spiritual number for grace. So I might just say that from now on, because as of now, this means nothing. The next tattoo I actually got on the same day. So I had this weird thing for the past couple of years of getting multiple tattoos in one session. I just had so many ideas in my head and I just needed to let them all out. So on the same session, I got this little leaf tattoo as well. And the reason why I got that was around the time when I first quit my full-time job to do photography full-time. Also around that time, I was just understanding this notion that life is abundant, and I think till that point I was just having life happen to me and I wasn't really living life, you know. And I think I just kind of was okay with this idea of like, okay, well, I'll just do whatever life throws at me and it'll just be fine. But it was around that time when I was like, you know what, like I have a say and I have this partnership with God to have a very full life. So yeah, I decided to get something on my skin that kind of signifies that and reminds me of that. The next tattoos I got were a few months later, and I got 3 in one session. The first one was this pair of eyelashes, and I decided to get the eyelashes because I also wanted some sort of reminder to rest. That was like a big lesson I was learning during that time, and a big lesson I continue to learn. I think I'm naturally a workaholic, so it's really hard for me to just stay still, and I just kind of wanted something to remind me of that. I kind of wanted like the word Selah from the Bible, or like be still or something, but I thought these like pair of closed eyes, like sleeping rest, was a lot cuter than some words on my arm. In the same session, I got this Hebrew word for daughter, and I decided to get this because there's a passage in Mark chapter 5 where the bleeding woman like touches Jesus's garment and he calls her daughter. He says, "Daughter, your faith has made you well." I feel like that passage always speaks to me for some reason, that Jesus was so kind and compassionate to this woman, and called her even daughter, right? And I think that is why I decided to get this one. Wow, this is getting really deep and intimate. Anyway, so the third tattoo that I got in that session was this floral armband thing. And the reason why I got this was I definitely knew I wanted to expand this tiny leaf, because in just like the idea of abundance, it didn't feel like abundant to me, that this leaf was just like there. So I always knew I wanted kind of like more of a floral tattoo. When Stella drew it out and like put it on, I kind of just wanted it to be like in this area, but it just felt so much more like me to kind of have it all around. Oh, another thing about this tattoo was when I first got it, it was actually red, because I wanted to just play with some other colors. I remember waking up the next day though and feeling like someone had carved something in my skin because it was red. It looked like blood. So I knew I wanted to cover that up at some point. So that brings me to my third session. It was actually a few months after, because I just had in my mind that I needed to cover this one up, and I also had another idea. So I had this covered up. People ask me all the time what my most painful tattoo was, and it was definitely this cover up. I don't know what it was. The pain was just so intense. I think because that wound had already started to heal and we were just opening it back up again. So this tiny tattoo, more than these, like it just hurt so much. In that same session, I also got my leg tattoo. So I don't know if you can see, this tattoo is based off of a drawing by a Korean artist named Munashi, and the drawing title is The Value of Suffering. He tends to do these drawings in black and white on mental health issues, like kind of based off of those. And I just thought that was so special, because I know in Korea right now, mental health is not a big thing that's talked about. The drama It's Okay Not to Be Okay, a really good drama, was kind of revolutionary because they talked about these issues. This drawing in particular kind of has like a man crying, or a person, like just like a figure crying, and the tears are like turning into flowers. And then there's somebody kind of like overseeing or like praying for him or whatnot. And just the idea is your suffering is not in vain. Everyone kind of goes through painful things, and some of those things are things you can only understand and you can only see. If you hang in there long enough and try to see the good in it, there's always some sort of purpose or meaning or value in that. Maybe it won't come for like 10 years or whatever, but you'll kind of see the fruit as you live your life, and you see the purpose behind why you had to go through those things. Yeah, I don't know, again, kind of deep, but that's why I got this tattoo. And that brings us to the last tattoo that I got most recently. This was about a year ago, I think now, and that's this tattoo right here. This is a sprig of perilla leaves, or 깻잎 as Koreans might call it. And I decided to get this tattoo because of my grandma who hates my tattoos, and she actually stopped by today, so I'll put a clip in here of our interaction.
남자하고 잘 먹어.
네, happy
할머니
anniversary.
사진 찍지 또 너.
아니요?
찍으면서 뭘 아니야 그래. 자 그럼 마스크 벗고 찍어라.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
How many years?
60.
Wow. 할아버지 차에 있어요?
응.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I decided to get this one because I wanted to remember how my grandparents plant perilla leaves in our backyard every summer. So perilla leaves are used in a lot of like Korean cuisine, and especially with like meat, Korean barbecue. You like wrap the meat in it, and it's just so good. It's like one of my favorite greens, and also a nice way to remember my grandparents, even though they hate my tattoos. So that's all the tattoos I have for now. I definitely have a couple of more ideas stewing in my head, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.